what up guys, it is me, Metro Taku Gamer here, back at it again with another video. And this is going to be a quick video where I just want to talk about 3 of the greatest PlayStation 2 turn-based JRPGs that I currently own in my collection. These games are considered 3 of my biggest holy grails for the system. It's my #1 favorite console of all time, and even though I have a great affinity for action RPGs, as I really love the fast-paced hack and slash real-time combat that most action RPGs offer, games like the Ys series, as well as the 3 Shining games on the PS2, which will eventually get its own dedicated video. And then some other ones like the Dot Hack and the Tales series, Radiata Stories, and Star Ocean. Odin Sphere, to name some really great action RPGs that I just absolutely love. But there are 3 on the PlayStation 2 that are not action RPGs that I truly love. They're some of my favorite games of all time. 2 of them I'm still currently playing through, and what I have played, I have just absolutely fallen in love with. And I feel like these 3 games definitely deserve some more love. So that's why I wanted to dedicate a short little video here to talk about Wild Arms 5, our Tonelico 2, Melody of Metaphalica, and my greatest holy grail, and the one game that I am so happy to have in my collection after so many years of looking for a copy of this game, and that is Xenosaga Episode 3. Also Sprach Zarathustra, or Thrustra, however you pronounce it. But that's the subtitle for Xenosaga Episode 3, or just known as Xenosaga 3, as what it is on the spine. Now, the first game of these 3 that I acquired is our Tonelico 2, Melody of Metaphalica, and I'll have some gameplay showing off here in the corner. This is a super quirky turn-based JRPG created by Dust Incorporated, Bandai Namco, as well as published here in North America by NIS America. Now, unfortunately, the English localization for this game does have a game-breaking glitch towards the end of the game. There's a very specific story-based boss fight that when you get into the fight, you either have to try and be really overpowered, like just level grind and level grind and level grind, and just be super overpowered where you can defeat the boss super quick before 3 turns are up. And the turns, what's considered a turn in the combat system, is you have the player phase and then you have the enemy phase, and then during the enemy phase the player gets to guard the Raventails, which are the Song Maidens included. Well, they're the Song Maidens, they are your magic users in this game, and they also, in this game, the 2 main Raventails are Lady Cloche and Luca Trulyworth. Cloche being the blonde, Luca being the blue-haired gal. And there are multiple endings in this game depending on which route for the Raventails that you go down. You could choose Cloche's route or Luca's path. And I went with Luca, so I got the really good ending with Luca, which I ended up really liking her when I was playing through this game. But yeah, there is a boss fight where you have to either spam the magic and just deal out a lot of damage, just get really good, or the game will wind up freezing. So the best way to play this is to either get really good if you want to play it on original hardware, or you can emulate it on PC with a patch, a fan-made patch, in order to fix that, because there's some weirdness going on with the English localization. Now, Tonelico 2 looks and plays kind of similar to the old Atelier Iris games that are also on PS2 and made by Gust as well, and published by NIS America. And those games play pretty well on the PlayStation 2. They didn't really capture my attention as much as Tonelico 2. I love how fast the combat is. You're able to deal out a lot of damage with your frontline players. The main character being Crowley Bartel, this guy who uses a fusion weapon of it's like a mix between a shield, a lance, and a machine gun. It has like a built-in machine gun. You can use it as a shield as well as a lance, and that just looks absolutely cool. I love the character design of him, and just overall Tonelico 2 Melody and Metafalca has some of the greatest turn-based combat. I love it. I also really like the music, and as well as the humor in this game. This game does not take itself too seriously half the time. There were moments where I felt like I was playing like a softcore hentai. Yeah, and there are some ecchi moments in the Tonelico series. There's a lot more in Tonelico 2, and even more in Tonelico Coda on the PS3, which that one's an action RPG. This one's a turn-based. Yeah, I would highly recommend playing Tonelico 2 Melody of Metafalca. It's such a great game. Now, the big caveat between these three games is that they are freaking expensive, especially Xenosaga Episode 3. Man, this is like the biggest holy grail of grails on the PS2 for RPG lovers. That and Dot Hat Quarantine. This was released in 2006, I believe, by Bandai Namco, and was developed by Monolith Soft. It's the final game in the Xenosaga trilogy, and has Shion teaming up with her friends Chaos, Ziddy, Momo, Jr., as well as the very beautiful combat android Cosmos. You just see her in all of her glorious robotic beauty there on the front cover, as they are taking on Ormus, and as well as Vector Industries, as well as some other shady groups and all that. There's a whole lot of lore in the Xenosaga trilogy. I would highly recommend watching a lot of videos on the lore if you really want to truly understand what's going on in this. Now, Xenosaga 3 is considered one of the best in the trilogy. It has some of the best combat in the game. It's very fast and fluid, does not take a long time to take down the enemies like in Xenosaga Episode 2. I ended up dropping that game for various reasons. The gameplay just wasn't really hooking me and all that, but when I popped in Xenosaga 3, from the very get-go, I was hooked. The music that plays in the opening dungeon was very jazzy, and I loved it. The character designs look so good in Xenosaga 3, and I'm dying for an HD remaster of the trilogy. I would love that to happen, and have it be released on PS5, maybe PS4, PC, Switch, and just all modern consoles, so that way everyone can enjoy the masterpiece that is Xenosaga 3. I've beaten the original Xenosaga Episode 1, and I really enjoyed that. Even though the final boss took me forever to beat, I did really enjoy that. The combat system took me a while to get the hang of it, but with Xenosaga 3, I was able to fully understand everything that the combat system has to offer, at least at the very beginning stages of the game, and no time flat. Even the mech combat is way smoother than it is in the other Xenosaga games, which you will also see gameplay right up here in the corner. And yeah, Xenosaga Episode 3. Currently, this is one of my favorite turn-based RPGs ever, and I'm going to be playing more of it as soon as I'm done filming this. Now, lastly, this one I picked up earlier this year. This is Wild Arms 5, made by Media Vision and published by Ps2 Games. This is the kind of the final mainline Wild Arms game that we got on the PlayStation 2. There is one on the PSP called XF, Wild Arms XF. It's a tactical RPG. Now, there is a bit of strategy mixed in with Wild Arms 5, and it uses the same hex grid battle system from Wild Arms 4, but done so much better. And I would also like to give a small shout out to Wild Arms 4, because I really did enjoy that game, even though the story is hella cheesy. And the story in Wild Arms 5 is a lot better as you play as the main protagonist, Dean Stark, as he teams up with his childhood friend Rebecca, and then this other mysterious girl whose name is escaping me at the moment, and I'll just pop that up post-edit. Try to remind myself what the name of her is, as well as some other characters as Dean has a dream of becoming a golem hunter, trying to hunt golems throughout the world, which are like these ancient, robotic-looking, sentient beings or whatever. And then there's also this other, like, humanoid species that is, like, the antagonist. And then you just... my camera cut off. So, as I was saying there, now I'll just make this quick. So, with Wild Arms 5, the story, it's much better than Wild Arms 4. But the combat and the gameplay overall is just way better. Now, there is one character in Wild Arms 4 that did wind up becoming very broken and super overpowered, and I just haven't really gotten to that point with any of the characters in Wild Arms 5. But I do love the story so far, and the characters are very interesting. A lot less cheesy than Wild Arms 4, but I'm glad that they evolved the battle system from just a basic turn-based into that hex grid battle system, because I really do enjoy it a lot. And overall, I'm so happy to have Wild Arms 5, as well as these other games in my collection. And that's pretty much all I just wanted to say about these 3 amazing turn-based JRPGs on the PS2. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm just trying to spread the love of RPGs, both retro and modern. I love that genre to death, as well as some other genres like fighting games and shmups and platformers. So if you really guys enjoy just video games, both retro and modern, just subscribe and ring that notification bell and smash that like button. You can leave a comment in the comment section down below. I respond to nearly every comment that I get. I am Mecha Otaku Gamer. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.